The Colgate House Party, starring Joe Cook and featuring Donald Novis, Francis Langford, and John Voorhees. Tonight in New Orleans, the National Association of Retail Druggists is in convention, while in New York, a group of leading chain drugstore executives is assembled. To these men, who by their unselfish service and high ideals have made their communities better places in which to live, we dedicate sincerely tonight's house party. And now, Donald Novis, Francis Langford, and the Colgate Quartet will start the party off by singing, I Idolize My Baby's Eyes.
I idolize my baby's eyes. I realize they tantalize. I don't know whether they are brown or blue. When we're together, they keep looking through me. Oh, what a feeling I declare. In that revealing baby stare. Oh, when they hypnotize the paradise, I idolize my baby's eyes.
My baby's eyes, I realize they tantalize. I don't know whether they are brown or blue. When we're together, they keep looking through me.
Oh, what a feeling I declare. In every little baby stare.
Oh, when they hypnotize at paradise, I idolize my baby's eyes. Oh, when they hypnotize at paradise, I idolize.
Oh, I idolize my baby's eyes.
And now, may we present Joe Cook.
Thank you very kindly. Say, Don Voorhees, what was the name of that number?
Why, that was I Idolize My Baby's Eyes.
Yeah, I know, but what was the name of the number you just played?
I just told you it was I Idolize My Baby's Eyes.
Yeah, I heard you the first time. You don't have to keep repeating it every minute. Do you think I'm sick or something?
Well, now that you ask me, yes, you're a sap.
All right, then, you're a pain in the neck.
And you're a big fish.
Well, Don, stop right there. I was waiting for you to mention fish so I could tell you about the time I caught a halibut weighing 97 pounds in his stocking feet.
A fish doesn't wear stockings, Joe.
I caught the fish, and it weighed 97 pounds.
What?
Well, not exactly 97. That was counting the fishing pole, too. But it really weighed 81 pounds, and boy, when you get a 70-pound fish like that on your line, what a thrill. I can remember it as clearly as if it were yesterday. In fact, it was yesterday. It tipped the scales at exactly 70 pounds.
Tipped the scales?
Yes, it didn't have any hat, so it tipped its scales.
Oh, so you can get quite a babble from a 70-pound fish, Joe.
Well, perhaps I was exaggerating a little when I said 70 pounds, but I will say it was one of the heaviest 50-pound halibut I ever caught. It took me 17 hours to land that fish, and it was just about the gamest 42-pound fish I ever hooked. Big for a halibut, Francis.
Maybe I'm a little skeptical, Joe, but how do you know it weighed 42 pounds?
Well, Francis, it must have weighed pretty near 42 pounds. After all, when a fish pulls you right out of the boat and you have to swim over and wrestle with it, well, it's just got to weigh 42 pounds, or at the least, well, at the very least, 35 pounds.
Oh, I don't know, Joe. A fish that weighed 25 pounds could do that.
Well, yes, maybe, but you got to admit a guy doesn't catch a 25-pound fish every day.
No, Joe. Most people don't go fishing every day.
All right, I'll prove that this fish weighed at the very least 12 pounds. Now, as soon as I landed it, we weighed it. And what do you think it weighed?
8 pounds.
No, sir, 3 pounds, 4 ounces.
Oh.
That's the world's record for smallmouth halibut and bigmouth fishermen.
The world's record for halibut is 3 pounds, 4 ounces?
As far as I'm concerned, it is.
Oh, I see.
When I got home, I showed it to everybody, and they said it was the finest 2-pound halibut they'd ever seen. The newspapers took my picture holding the fish, and underneath the picture it read, Joe Cook captures 1-pounder after all-day battle. Reading from left to right, Joe Cook and the fish.
What did the weigh dress, Joe?
Huh? What did what weigh dress?
The
fish you caught?
I didn't catch any fish. I never went fishing in my life.
Well-
You shouldn't go around talking about people like that. Aren't you ashamed
Oh, now,
telling
wait a minute.
people I caught a fish while some of my best friends are fish?
Well, just a minute ago.
Now, once and for all, understand this. I don't believe you ever caught a fish weighing 80 pounds, no matter what you say. 80 pounds?
I didn't say anything about an 80-pound.
Well, you better not. And what have you got to say, Donald Novus?
Say, did you ever hear about the halibut I caught? It weighed 80 pounds.
Yeah, did I ever tell you that you're just about the thing it happened when your eyes met mine?
No.
Yeah.
Well.
And don't even ever mention fish to me again, especially halibut. Sing it.
All right, Joe.
While loving and kissing, let's try reminiscing, sweetheart. Take it from the start. We strangers were dancing, you were sighing, I glancing. That's all. Now do you recall? It happened when your eyes met mine, the kindling of a spark divine. It happened that the moon shone high above, and how my hungry heart just yearned for happen to be dancing by. I wondered if you heard me sigh, for when you passed again, you turned around and then it happened when your eyes met mine. I saw your eyes, your wonderful eyes, with love light and tenderness beaming. They thrill me through, they fill me too, with wonderful dreams I am dreaming. You happen to be dancing by. I wondered if you heard me sigh, for when you passed again, you turned around and then it happened when your eyes
That was It Happened When Your Eyes Met Mine. Donald, didn't you sing it, though?
Thanks, Joe.
Pardon my interrupting, Joe, but do you know where I can get a good maid?
Well, they seem to be awfully scarce, Francis. What do you want her to do, wait on table?
No, just cooking and a little light housekeeping.
Oh, I know, Francis. You mean light housekeeping, like my old friend Jim McCann used to do. He and his wife ran a lighthouse up around Maine for about 80 years, until one night the gas company shut off the gas because Jim hadn't paid his bill and the light went out.
Gosh, Joe, what happened then?
Well, listen, everybody, and I'll tell you all about it. Off the coast of Maine, on the steamer lane, stood old lighthouse number 10, with its piercing light shining through the night as a guide to sailor men. But one night at 3, heavens can it be, look aloft, the lamp is out. Up the stairway ran keeper Jim McCann and his wife, her brave Jim Chow. Wait till my teeth shine, Nellie, all the ships will see them gleam. It's lucky that I brushed them, Nellie, with Colgate Dental Cream. They'll flash a warning, Nellie, miles and miles away. Look there, my teeth are shining, Colgate save the day.
Shining, shining over the stormy sea, no sailing bark need fear the dark as long as they see me. Shining, shining, just like a searchlight beam. Sailor lads, this night is glad. I use Colgate Dental Cream,
'cause all the sailors will see my teeth shine, Nellie, and avoid the rocks below. No canoe will founder, Nellie, when they see my sparkling molars glow. Through fog and darkness, Nellie, my bright teeth will sing. Just like a lighthouse, Nellie, I owe it all to Colgate Dental Cream.
You heard him, just like a lighthouse, Nellie. I owe it all to Colgate Dental Cream.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Joe's way of singing the praises of Colgate's Dental Cream. But no matter how you praise it, everyone who has ever used Colgate agrees on one thing. It makes your teeth whiter and brighter than any other toothpaste can possibly make them. You see, most toothpastes have only one cleansing action. But it takes two cleansing actions to get all those food, drink, and tobacco stains off your teeth. Colgate's Dental Cream has two cleansing actions. It washes and polishes your teeth at the same time. So if you want brighter teeth, a cleaner mouth, and a sweeter breath, you want Colgate's Dental Cream, a pleasant-tasting, thoroughly effective toothpaste, and the largest-selling dentifrice in the world.
the way you and the boys strummed that lady play your mandolin, it's no wonder I can't keep my mind on my work.
Well, thanks, Joe, but what work are you trying to do?
I'm trying to set up this bridge table. Ouch! And if you don't think this is work, then you never got mixed up with a bridge table. Come on, Don. Give me a hand, and we'll all have a game of bridge.
All right.
There now, everything's set. Let's see, Arlene.
Yes?
You sit over there.
Yes, Joe.
And Don, you sit opposite Arlene.
Okay, Joe.
Now, I'll sit next to you so I can keep an eye on your card.
Hey, that's fine.
And Donald Overs, you be my partner, and don't forget what it means when I kick you in the shin.
What?
1 kick if by land,
Yeah.
and 2 kicks if by sea.
What does 3 kicks mean?
It means your shins will be black and blue. And another thing, now listen, everybody must keep his mind on the game. I hate these bridge games where everybody does a lot of talking and nobody concentrates.
You're right, sir.
Let's
Yes,
play a
sir.
good, serious game.
Fine, that suits me.
All right, now, let's start. Please cut the cards.
Oh, they're already cut. I always cut them in half. They last twice as long.
It's your bid.
What?
It's your bid.
Is it? Oh. Say, what is that song? It keeps running through my mind. I know the tune, but I can't remember the words. Did you ever remember a tune and then forget the words? I'll never forget.
Oh, Joe, it's your bid.
Oh, is it? Well, now, let me see. What's trump?
Well, how do you know what's trumps until somebody gets the bid?
Really? Well, imagine that.
Maybe it would be a good idea to pick up all your cards, Joe.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot. Say, who do you suppose will win the World Series? I don't think Cincinnati has much of a chance.
Hey, Joe, it's your bid, please.
I'll give a fella time, Don. If you're in such a hurry, you go ahead and bid.
All right, I'll bid if you want me to, but don't get sore about it.
I'm not sore. This is a friendly game. Say, Arlene, you bid. I guess I'll pass. Now let's get on to business. I hate these bridge games that never get anywhere.
All right, Joe. Well, suppose I make it...
By the way, Arlene, who do you suppose I met in Grand Central Station last night?
Who?
Old Ellsworth Peabody of Duluth.
Not Ellsworth Peabody of Duluth, Joe.
Yes, sir. You know who I mean?
Yes.
His name was Ellsworth Peabody, and he lived in Duluth.
Of
He
course.
came from the Peabody family of Duluth. Well, he looked great. He knew me in a minute. I didn't recognize him at first either, because I'd changed a lot since he saw me last. So we just stared at each other.
Oh, come on and play bridge, will you?
Now, look here, Don. You better keep your mind on the game like the rest of us. Arlene did 2 spades a long time ago.
Oh, I don't think I did, Joe.
Why, I remember distinctly, Arlene. You said 2 spades, and Don Voorhees said 4 no trump. Didn't you, Don? I say, Don, didn't you make it 4 no trump? I guess he's ashamed of himself. It's all right, Don. We all make mistakes.
Joe, it really is your bid.
Come on, Joe. If we're going to play bridge, let's play bridge.
Play bridge? Why, didn't I just get it on 4 spades and a grand slam?
What? I
had nothing in my hand but 9 spades, 4 hearts, 7 Ellsworth Peabody.
No, you didn't make any grand slam.
Are you sure?
He's right, Joe. Nobody's bid yet.
They haven't? Well, who's holding up the game? Why don't we get going? See, I'll tell you what.
What?
Suppose we concentrate and play as if nothing had happened.
Nothing has happened.
Well, we'll play as though something had happened. I'll do anything you say if you'll only stop holding up this bridge game.
All right, then. Go ahead and bid.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Now let's concentrate. Hooray, I got it. I got it.
You've got what?
I got the name of that song that's been running through my mind.
But what about the bridge game, Joe?
Why, it's all over, Arlene. I just made game and rubber.
What? You and who else?
Me and Ellsworth Peabody. Besides, I don't want to play anymore. Somebody's cheating.
What?
Yeah, I had the ace of spades up my sleeve, and when it fell out, somebody must have picked it up and played it.
Well, I want to play, Joe.
Well, go ahead.
Well, what'll I play?
Play The Lights Are Low for Francis. Sing that, Francis.
My heart is singing, it's sing-a-ling, to me it comes anew. I can't believe it's true that I am here with you. Sweet music to nothing sweeter. There's nothing sweeter, dear. Life alone, the music is sweet, and you are in my arms. Your eyes aglow, my heart skips a beat, thrilled by your lovely charm. Heaven is mine tonight, how I adore your love divine. My heart desires nothing more. Just let us stand, for this is romance. Now is our chance. The lights are low, the music is sweet, and you're in my arms.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Pardon me, Idolize.
Yes, Don?
I know you're going to say something about Colgate's dental cream, but I'd like to ask you a question first.
Sure, Don. What is it?
Well, do you say the things you do about Colgate because you're an announcer, or do you do it because you really believe in it? On the level, now, why?
Well, Don, here's the way I feel. I learned that Colgate is one of the oldest manufacturers of toothpaste in the country.
I know that, Idolize.
Well, do you think that a firm that has been selling toothpaste for 58 years would be able to sell it that long if their product wasn't everything they said it was?
Well, of course not.
Well, that started me thinking about Colgate. Because, to be quite honest with you, Don, I haven't always used it.
Oh, I see.
So I gave it a trial.
Uh-huh.
Then I stopped thinking. I know now. But, ladies and gentlemen, I could talk until I was blue in the face about Colgate and its double action, but it wouldn't mean a thing unless you used it on your teeth. That's why we've been making such an unusual offer to those who haven't tried it. Buy just one tube of Colgate's dental cream and use it all, brushing your teeth twice a day for at least 2 minutes each time. When the tube is empty, just look in your mirror. If you don't believe your teeth are cleaner and brighter than any other toothpaste has ever made them, just send the empty tube to Colgate's, Jersey City, New Jersey, and we'll send you twice what you paid for it, plus the postage. Did you ever hear of any other toothpaste manufacturer who had enough faith in his product to offer you double your money back if you weren't satisfied? If you prefer powder, we guarantee Colgate's dental powder in the same way. Paste or powder costs only 20 cents for the large size, or 35 cents for the giant size, holding more than twice as much. You just try it, and see if you don't believe in Colgate, too.
And now, if everybody will just heist themselves up on the piano, we'll all have a look at the newspaper. Here's the latest yachting news. The Defender tacked away from the Challenger by using a parachute spinnaker, leaving the other craft with a foul staysail that made her resort to a general jib. The Challenger's crew monkeyed up the halyard block and doused her Annie Oakley. Translated into English, this means the Rainbow won today's race. I think Mr. Sopwith ought to get a horse. Well, who do you think is in the news? Yes, sir, General Johnson. The general is on the way out, and his friends are wishing him well. Both of them hope he will be much happier in his next job. Last week, a little boy swallowed 30 cents and coughed up a dime. When he grows up, he'll probably be the cashier of a bank. I'm looking for a boy who will swallow a dime and cough up 30 cents. Mrs. Upton Sinclair, wife of the candidate for governor of California, made a statement last week in which she said, I don't think that just because a man is nominated or elected to public office, his family should step into the spotlight, too. Mrs. Sinclair, have you met Mrs. Roosevelt? Don't mind me, Mrs. Roosevelt. The American Telephone and Telegraph Company reports an increase in August of over 10,000 new phones. This means that you now have 10,000 more chances of getting the wrong number. What we ought to do is to go back to the days of the horse. You never heard of a horse giving you the wrong number. Huey Long and his opponent, the mayor of New Orleans, have been calling each other names all week. Probably they won't have any election down there this year. They'll just have a name-calling contest. If they do, my money goes on Huey because he can talk the loudest. They tell me he once made a political speech in Louisiana and had won a hog-calling contest in Kansas. What a man.
The moon belongs to everyone. The best things in life are free. The stars belong to everyone. They gleam there for you and me. The flowers in spring, the robins that sing, the sunbeams that shine, they're yours, they're mine, and love can come to everyone. The best things in life are free. The moon belongs to everyone. The best things in life are free. The stars belong to everyone. They gleam there for you and me. The flowers in spring, the robins that sing, the sunbeams that shine, they're yours, they're mine, and love can come to everyone. The best things in life are free. Love can come to everyone. The best things in life are free.
That was the best things in life are free from Good News, and very good, too. You know, Don, while you were playing that number, it occurred to me that conducting an orchestra is a pretty easy job.
What do you mean, an easy job?
Why, all you do is stand up there and wave a stick, and the boys play the music.
Oh, it isn't as simple as that, Joe. First, you have to rehearse the orchestra, and you have to know how to lead them.
Well, it looks like a cinch to me, Don. Imagine having nothing to do except wave a little stick. I bet I could do it any time.
All right, suppose you try it. Here, go ahead and lead the orchestra.
Okay, Don. Now, wait till I get up on the stand. Ow! Ooh, pardon me. Boy. All right, boys. Now, what do you say we play Old Lang Syne? You know how it goes. Should old acquaintance be, and etc. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hup. That's fine, boys. See, Don, I told you it was easy. Now we'll play the Stein song. Ready, boys? Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah, wonderful. Boy, I'm some conductor. Did you see how I waved my arms that time, Don?
Great stuff, Joe. Try waving your feet next time. You might do even better.
All right. Now, let's see. What shall I have them play this time, Don?
Well, how about Dixie?
All right. Men, a request number. Dixie. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey, wait a minute now. Here. That isn't Dixie. That's a man on the flying trapeze.
Maybe you should have waved your ears, Joe.
Well, let's just try it once more. Fellows, what would I have to ask you to play to get you to play My Old Kentucky Home?
Mother McCree, Annie Laurie,
Hail Columbia!
Well, I'm glad you all agree, boys. Now, suppose you play your own song. Now, anything you want. Now, ready? 1, 2, 3. I don't know that song, Don. What do you call it?
That's not a song, Joe. It's a personal message to you from the boys.
Oh, really? Well, isn't that nice? What were you saying to me, boys?
Good night!
Good night.
And thus ends another Colgate House Party. But there'll be another one at this same time next week. Joe Cook will be your host with Donald Novis, Francis Langford, Don Voorhees and his orchestra, and the Colgate Quartet. And in the meantime, remember, your smile is no brighter than your teeth. Your announcer is Idolize. This is the Colgate House Party, starring Joe Cook and featuring Donald Novis, Francis Langford, and John Voorhees. We start the party off with the Blue Room from The Girlfriend.
We'll have a blue room, a new room for two rooms, where every day's a holiday because you're married to me. Not like a ballroom, a small room, a hall room, where I can smoke my pipe away with your wee head upon my knee. We will thrive on people live on just nothing but kisses, with Mr. and Mrs. on little blue chairs. You know your trousseau and Robinson Crusoe is not so far from where we care at the blue room far away upstairs.
We'll have a blue room, a new room for two rooms, where every day's a holiday because you're married to me.
Not like a ballroom, a small room, a hall room,
Where you can smoke your pipe away with my wee head upon your knee.
we will thrive on peace alive on just nothing but kisses, with Mr. and Mrs.
On little blue chairs, you show your trousseau, and Robinson Crusoe is not so far from where he cares at the blue room far away upstairs.
You saw your trousseau and Robinson Crusoe
Is not so far from worldly cares as a blue room far away upstairs.
And now may I present Joe Cook.
Thank you very kindly.
Say, Joe, that's a swell-looking new hat you have on.
Oh, that's not a hat, Don. That's a briefcase with a feather in it.
A briefcase?
Sure, when I used to be a lawyer, I got in the habit of carrying my papers in my hat and wearing the briefcase on my head.
When were you ever a lawyer?
When was I ever a lawyer?
Yeah.
Why, the old law firm of Cook and Cook will live in the memories of the people as long as they remember the firm of Cook and Cook.
That's a long time, Joe.
Yes, but it doesn't seem more than 100 years ago that I used to lie by the open fire in that little log cabin studying my lessons and doing my arithmetic with a piece of chalk on the coal shovel.
Hey, why, Lincoln used to do that.
Yeah, I know. Everybody was imitating me in those days. It got so that you couldn't get into the White House unless you lived in a coal shovel and did your lessons on a piece of log cabin.
Well, how did you come to be a lawyer, Joe?
Well, I was born a lawyer. You see, my father was a lawyer, and his father before him was a lawyer. Before that, there was nothing in Indiana but Indians, and they were lawyers.
Indians, lawyers?
Why, Don, don't tell me you never heard of an Indian suit. What? Why, the Indians were always suing somebody. That's why they called them the Sioux Indians.
Oh. Did you ever have any interesting cases, Joe?
Did I? Well, I can remember the first office I ever had back in Evansville. It was in an old abandoned bathtub. And one day, while I was in my office, someone knocked on the door. I said to my office boy, Westminster, see who that is, and tell him I'll pay him next week.
Cheerio, Mr. Cook. It's me, Jarvis.
Hello, Jarvis. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm in a juicer nest, Mr. Cook. It's my wife, sir.
Oh, was that the lady I seen you with last night? Pardon me, Jarvis. You reminded me of the old days.
My wife wants a divorce, Mr. Cook.
It's too bad she doesn't want a horse doctor, because they tell me that as a lawyer, I'm a good horse doctor.
Well, she wants a divorce on account of her job. She has 6 Pekingese, and now she just bought a police dog.
Well, what about it?
Oh, there just isn't room in the bed for all of it. And my wife wants to divorce me and make more room for the dog.
Well, that sounds very sensible to me. I know if I were a dog, I wouldn't want to sleep in an uncomfortable position.
Well, if you take the case, we'll have to have some witnesses, Mr. Cook.
Well, how about the dog?
Oh, I'm afraid they are prejudiced.
Prejudice? I thought you said they were Pekingese.
They are. They're prejudiced Pekingese.
I see. Well, anyway, we won't have to worry about witnesses. I'll get my cousin Filbert. He's one of the best witnesses in town. Filbert, come here. How are you today?
I don't remember.
See that, Jarvis? A perfect witness. Aren't you, Filbert?
I don't remember.
That's fine, Filbert. Now let's have a little rehearsal. How much is 2 and 2?
Not to the best of my recollection, sir.
No, Filbert. You can tell the truth this time. You're not in the courtroom now.
2 and 2 make 5.
Oh, he's wrong, Mr. Cook. 2 and 2 make 6.
2 and 2 make 6, huh? I'll take the case, Jarvis. And before you go, I might as well tell you my feelings. Maybe your wife is a smart woman in preferring dogs. 2 and 2 make 6. And now, while Donald Overs is singing Diane, Jarvis and I will go out and buy a good judge for the trial.
There's a story I've read that I'll tell to you. It is spring and they meet the same as most lovers do. Then he is called away and he writes her to say, I'm in heaven when I see you smile, smile for me, my Diane. And though everything's dark all the while, I can see you have lighted the road leading home. Pray for me when you can. And no matter wherever I
Francis,
Yes?
what happened to make you so late tonight? We were worried about you.
Well, I was worried about myself for a while. You see, I left home a little late, and maybe I was driving faster than I should, when all of a sudden I heard...
Hey, you pull over to the curb then. Where do you think you're going anyhow?
I'm awfully sorry, officer. You see, I'm late for the Colgate House Party. I'm Francis Langford, and
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm Mickey Mouse. Now, where do you get that stuff? Everybody I pinch for speeding tells me they're Rudy Valley or Kate Smith. Now, you listen to me.
Well, Mr. Haverilla, I was nervous. I started fingering things on the dashboard, and I accidentally turned on the radio in the car. So I just finished the number with the orchestra. And it is part of you, and I'll be part of you. Then the policeman said,
Well, you sound something like Langford, that's that. But I'm not so sure.
well, I just smiled. I couldn't help it. And the officer said,
Well, now, I don't know. If you ain't Francis Langford, you ought to be. Anybody with a smile like that ought to be at the Colgate House Party. Here now, if you're late, you'd better be stepping on it. Come on.
Thanks, officer.
Well, Francis, that's once when you can thank your smile for seeing you through. But believe me, a smile often does more than words could ever do. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if that wasn't the reason women nowadays are doing everything they can do to make their smiles more attractive. Of course, your smile can't be any more attractive than your teeth. And that's why so many women, and men too, are switching to Colgate dental cream.
Well, you can't tell me anything about that, Mr. Havilla, because my family's been using Colgate for a long time. Ever since the dentist told my mother it would do more for her teeth than any other toothpaste.
And he was right, Francis. Other toothpaste can't get all the food and drink stains off your teeth because they have only one cleansing action. But Colgate dental cream can remove all the stains and does because it has two cleansing actions. It washes and polishes your teeth at the same time. That's why Colgate dental cream is the largest selling toothpaste in the world, because its double action makes it the most effective toothpaste in the world.
That was a great number, Don, a great number.
Did you like it, Joe?
Yes, but I think it would have sounded better if you all finished together.
Well, we all started together. That's something.
Yes, and here's something else. You remember that trial I was telling you about? What? Jarvis versus Jarvis?
No, I don't, Joe. I just came in.
Well, where were you?
Well, I broke my leg and I was a little late.
Oh, I see. You know, I broke my leg once. I threw a cigarette in a manhole and stepped on it. That certainly taught me a lesson. Well, sir, the day of Jarvis's trial, Jarvis and I drove to the courthouse in a coach. I was inside and Jarvis was pulling the coach. We got to the courthouse just in time to see the judge finish sweeping out the courtroom with his beard. He mounted the bench and rapped for attention.
The court will come to order, and if the court won't come to order, I won't play, so there.
Your Honor, may I examine the jury?
No.
Very well. I will now examine the jury. Hey, you over there in the fireman's hat. Are you the foreman of the jury? Answer yes or no.
Yes or no?
Wait a minute. I want your answer to be in one word.
In one word.
Very good. Now I'll examine you. Take off your shirt. Mm-hmm. High blood pressure. Say, what's your name?
Harold J. Pekingese.
Oh, so you're putting on the dog, huh? Next juror.
Here.
What's your name?
John P. Whippoorwill.
What was that?
Whippoorwill.
Well, you certainly are a bird. How do you spell it?
Whip as in whip.
Uh-huh.
Pour as in pour.
Yes.
Will as in will. Now you spell something.
C-A-T, cat. Have you read anything in the papers about this trial?
No. I can't read. But Mrs. Jarvis told me all about it. She's my sister.
Then I suppose you aren't prejudiced.
No. My mind is a blank.
You're telling me. I will now question Mrs. Jarvis. Mrs. Jarvis, what is your name?
My name is Jarvis.
Do tell. Yes, so it is. Now go on, Mrs. Jarvis, and tell us in your own way how you came to shoot Jarvis.
I never shot my husband.
Well, it's an idea.
Your Honor, I demand the right to question Mrs. Jarvis. It will be the first time in 30 years that I've been able to get in a word edgewise.
You won't get any words in edgewise in this court. You put your words in horizontal or not at all. Have you any horizontal words with you?
Yes. Now, Mrs. Jarvis, where were you?
I object.
When were you?
I object.
How?
I object.
Who?
I object.
Why?
I object.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Jarvis. That's all I wanted to know.
Judge, will it be all right if I question Mrs. Jarvis now?
Mr. Cook, in the annals of jurisprudence, there is a stipulation whereby the statu quo is invariably ex post facto.
I dare you to come outside and say that, you big bully.
How about the trial?
I'm sorry, Jarvis. We gave you a trial and we can't use you.
But you're supposed to question my wife about her dog.
All right, Jarvis. I'll not only question your wife, I'll question the dogs, too.
All the dogs to the witness stand.
Calling all curs, calling all curs. Come along, little doggy, come along.
Well, young man, and what do you want to ask me? Not that it's any of your business.
May I ask you a question, Mrs. Jarvis?
Why, certainly.
What is it that has 5 legs and flies?
A fly with a wooden leg.
No, sir. A 5-legged horse.
Now it's my turn.
Yeah, go ahead.
What has 4 legs and no brains?
4 legs and no brains. I give up.
You and my husband.
That's good. I must remember that. Say, on what grounds do you want a divorce from Jarvis?
Oh, because he's so selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Why, he used to leave his oatmeal and steal the steak from the dog.
No.
And everybody knows the dogs need much more food than Jarvis does. He doesn't have to bark.
True enough.
Yes, so I want a divorce. And I want alimony enough to support the dogs in the way they should be supported.
That will be all, Mrs. Jarvis. Now go dry your tears on the judge's beard. You'll receive an orange and a bag of candy on the way out. Next witness.
Here I am, Miss Cook.
Jarvis, do you like dogs?
No, but I like shooting.
What do you like to shoot?
Dogs.
Why can't you get along with your wife, Jarvis?
Well, every day at mealtime, my wife makes the dogs walk around before they get fed. And I jolly well got to walk around with them.
Well, don't you like dancing?
And not with more than one dog at a time. Why, just the other day, she put a leash on me and had one of the dogs lead me around the block.
How long was this leash?
Oh, it was a 2-year leash. And when 1 month went free, pip, 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 pip,
Now, come here. Now, before you leave the stand, I'd like to ask you a very important question.
By all means.
Now, Jarvis, what is it that has 6 legs, a heart of gold, and flies?
I give up.
A mama fly.
Oh, I said.
All right, Jarvis, you may go now. Filbert, suppose you take the stand. No, Filbert, don't take the stand away. Sit on it.
Oh. Filbert, do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I don't remember. No, Filbert, that comes later. You'll have to excuse Filbert, Judge. He's been my witness in so many cases he gets mixed up. And now, Filbert, what did I tell you to say?
I don't remember.
I'm going to ask Filbert a question. Filbert, what is it that has...
I don't remember.
That's all, Filbert. Now go home if you can remember where you live.
I don't remember.
If Your Honor please, there's another witness. Frances Langford, please take the stand.
Why should I?
Miss Langford, where were you on the night of September the 28th?
Rehearsing a number called Out in the Cold Again.
So you won't talk, huh?
No.
All right, then sing.
Hello, familiar feeling, and yet it's more than I can bear. So kiss, sweetheart, away beyond concealing. Don't pity me, sweetheart, the song that you sang so sweetly, called it our love refrain. It's gone and I'm left completely out in the cold again. I dreamed that our love would linger, but just memories remain. I gaze at a ringless finger out in the cold.
my pride to step aside for somebody new. But deep down inside, my whole world depended on you. I wanted your arms around me to shelter me from the rain. But now I'm not where you found me. Out in the cold,
May it please the court, that was Out in the Cold again, sung by Francis Langford.
Please the court very much. What are you doing after the trial, Mr. Langford?
Here now, Judge, dear good boy. Judge, I have a surprise witness, Mr. Havilla.
Take the stand, Mr. Everland. You solemnly swear that what you about says is truth, whole truth, nothing but truth, Robert?
I do. Then what do you know about this case?
I don't know anything about this case, Your Honor, but I do know that Colgate Dental Cream can get every food, drink, and tobacco stain off your teeth because its unique two actions, wash and polish at the same time. And if you doubt that I'm telling the truth, Colgate invites you to prove it for yourself.
How, Mr. Haverilla?
Just buy one tube of Colgate Dental Cream and brush your teeth with it twice a day for about 2 minutes each time. Then, when the tube is empty, look in your mirror. If you don't honestly believe that Colgate has made your teeth whiter and brighter than any other toothpaste has ever made them, just send the empty tube to Colgate, Jersey City, New Jersey, and we'll send you twice what you paid for the toothpaste, plus the postage. That's our way of guaranteeing you brighter teeth. And when I say you'll have them if you use Colgate...
Then I know he's telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me.
Mr. Cook, you may give your address to the jury.
Gentlemen of the jury, my address is 722 Upper 4th Street. You've heard the testimony of Mr. and Mrs. Jarvis. You realize that in a case of this kind, the best thing to do is to recommend a good fat fee for the lawyer. On the other hand, if you feel that Jarvis is right in refusing to eat oatmeal while the dogs eat steak, you will bring in a verdict recommending damages for the dogs and more oatmeal for Jarvis. Then there's Mrs. Jarvis and her dogs. Look at those dogs. They must be at least size 10 and a half. And those poor little Pekingese. What do they know about life? You and I have books and music, but what has a dog got? Fleas. If those dogs could speak, gentlemen, what do you think they would say? They would say, pleased to meet you. And you don't have to take my word for it either. Did you see the papers today? No. Just as I thought. Now, if you'll stop shooting rubber bands at the judge, we'll all have a look at the newspaper.
Oh, goody!
In Washington, the big news was that General Johnson, famous pitcher in the Blue Eagle League, asked for his unconditional release and got it. The general goes away for a long rest, and the country certainly needs it. The man who did so much cracking down was afraid he would crack up. The president said, here's your code, what's your hurry? All had the toughest job in the country, and nobody could have done it any better. Speaking of the general, I see where the NRA is being renovated, and President Roosevelt is fixing it up with a lot of new boards. The president will supply the boards, and the Republicans will give them a good plaster. President Roosevelt made his quarterly radio talk last night. He told the American people that while the Blue Eagle would be kept on the job, it would stop laying so many eggs. During his talk, the president repeated things that were said by several other statesmen years ago, thereby proving that he is a natural-born radio artist. Of course, you all know that Mr. Sopwith, the British challenger, failed to win the yachting cup. The score was 4 protests to 2 in favor of America, so we kept the old mug. Although we really didn't need it, as we have enough mugs in this country already. Imagine this now. New York society is all agog over a fight for the custody of 10-year-old Gloria Vanderbilt. During the proceedings, testimony was produced that the mother was not the proper person to rear the child because she had taught her how to shake up a cocktail. Well, my goodness, what are we coming to that a child can't help with the important housework anymore? And here's something from Austria. 3 socialists from there who were convicted of conspiracy some time ago have just had all their property confiscated. Their property consisted of a pair of skis, some clean linen, and a bathtub. Boy, when Saturday night rolls around, I bet they miss those skis. The giant telescope recently made by the California Institute of Technology is going to be put on Palomar Mountain 80 miles from San Francisco out in the wilderness. It seems silly to me. Who's going to walk 80 miles to pay 10 cents to look at the moon? Here's a last-minute flash. It's a telegram from the Brooklyn Dodgers, and it reads, Dear Joe, is Bill Terry still in the league? And all that goes to prove, gentlemen, that this whole case hinges on just one question. Do you know what that question is?
No.
The question is, what is it that has no legs and flies?
We give up.
A piece of custard pie in a Greek restaurant. While you retire into the jury room for a game of keep pinochle, Donald Novus will sing, Isn't It a Shame?
You're the last one I'd expect to see. Fate arranged this meeting just for me. Once we met beneath the stars above. Here we are again, but where is love? Isn't it a shame that you and I have drifted apart? When you're still in my heart, isn't it a shame? Isn't it a shame to think we took a perfect romance, never gave it a chance? Isn't it a shame? There was a time, my dear, you couldn't wait until we'd meet. Now when you see me, dear, you take the other side of the street. Oh, isn't it a shame we can't agree to take up again? Kiss and make up again.
Donald, that was sweet music to my ears. Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you, Joe.
No, thank you, Donald, and stop arguing about it. Oh, here comes the jury with their verdict.
Gentlemen of the jury, have you agreed on a verdict?
We have.
What is your verdict?
We'd like to ask Mr. Cook, what is it that has two hands and flies?
I give up, gentlemen. What is it that has two hands and flies?
Time, Mr. Cook. Time has two hands and flies.
So it does. And like Mr. Boat Carter, I just have time to buzz off. Good night.
And thus ends another Colgate House Party. But there'll be another one at the same time next week. Joe Cook will be your host, with Donald Novus, Francis Langford, Don Voorhees and his orchestra, and the Colgate Quartet. And in the meantime, remember, your smile is no brighter than your teeth. This is the National Broadcasting. The Colgate House Party, starring Joe Cook, featuring Donald Novus, Francis Langford, and Don Voorhees. This is National Pharmacy Week. the 1 week in the year set aside to pay tribute to the faithful men and women in the drugstores of the nation who stand ready day or night to lend their aid in protecting our health and our lives. So tonight, Colgate dedicates this house party to the druggists of America.
It's just a wild rose, not a prim and wild rose. Tame her if you can, she's a rose to suit any man. Some passion flower, this is her hour. Who'll get her, no one knows. She's such a wild, wild rose. She's just a wild rose, not a prim and mild rose.
Tame her if you can. She's a rose to suit any man.
Some passion flower, this is her hour.
Who'll get her, no one knows. She's such a wild, wild rose.
She's her hour. Who'll get her, no one knows. She's just a wild, wild rose.
Thank you very kindly.
Say, Joe, what's happened to you? You're getting fat.
Well, that's because I'm in training for the football season, Don.
What?
Did I ever tell you how I started playing football?
No, you didn't, Joe. And please keep up the good work.
You're always begging me for a story, aren't you, Don? Well, I used to play half note on a football team, but today I played my first game at quarter note.
You mean quarterback?
No, I mean what I said. We play football with music now, and we changed all the positions. Half note, quarter note, full note, and left sharp and right flat. I play right flat because that's the way they always leave me.
Who are you playing for, Joe?
The St. Louis Cardinals.
Are you talking about baseball?
Baseball? Say, I played baseball for the New York Giants better than Bobby Jones.
Bobby Jones isn't a baseball player, Joe.
Yeah, I know. Neither are the New York Giants.
Oh, well, there's something to that.
Of course they are. I only said that in fun, you see.
But you're not with any regular college team, Joe, huh?
Certainly I am, but I can't remember which. I mentioned a few colleges, Don.
Well, Notre Dame?
No, I tried out for Notre Dame, but I was too rough for them.
Could it be Cornell?
It could be, but they passed up their chance.
How about Dartmouth?
Is Dartmouth a tall college with a long neck and a black mustache?
No, it's a short college with red hair and blue eyes.
Yeah, that's right. Then it must be the Army team I'm with. In fact, I'm sure it's the Army because I always eat with the mules. We beat the Navy yesterday.
The Army hasn't played the Navy yet, Joe.
So that Navy goat's been talking again, huh? Well, we played somebody. Why, I remember in the last quarter, we were trailing by 1 point. The score was 324 to 323. I untied myself from the bench.
Were you tied to the bench, Joe?
Certainly the coach didn't want me to fall off the bench in a big game like that.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, I picked up the coat and ran down the field 10 yards, 20 yards, 30 yards, 40 yards, 40 yards, 40 yards.
What's the matter? Why can't you get past the 40-yard line?
I stopped to tie my shoelaces down.
Oh. Then what happened?
Well, I picked up the ball and ran to the 300-yard line, with both teams tearing after me on motorcycles and armored cars. Finally, they caught up to me. The opposing team jumped on my right shoulder, my team jumped on my left shoulder, and I carried the whole bunch of them down the rest of the field and just managed to get over the goal line while the crowd went crazy.
Hooray! Hooray!
Did you hear those cheers, Don?
Well, who won the game, Joe?
Who won the game? What game?
The football game.
Oh, I meant to tell you. That's not till next week. You should have been there, Don. Who's going to sing The Quiet of an Autumn Night?
When summer steals away, memories linger of moonlit skies. Hearts grow sadder when stars quiet of an autumn night, we were beneath a fading moon. But it brought the same delight, dear, as a romance in June. And while the leaves were tumbling all around, suddenly our two hearts were alive. We planted love in summer, but it blossomed in the quiet of an autumn.
That was In the Quiet of an Autumn Night, sung nice and loud by Donald Over.
Pardon me, Joe. Who was that fellow at your house last night?
Oh, you mean little Jimmy Green, the fellow who stuttered and sang all the war songs?
Yeah, that's him.
Well, a funny thing about him, Jimmy was a soldier in the war, then he was a drug clerk in a store. Jimmy loved to sing, and the song he sang would bring memories of the War of 17. One day, when a customer came in, they say Jimmy stood there with a grin. He struck a chord in G, raised his voice in ecstasy. The startled customer heard Jim begin. A Colgate, a Colgate. That's the dental paste that I adore. And when I stutter, I don't mind it, 'cause I get to show my tootsies more and more. Mademoiselle from Boise City, Idaho. Mademoiselle was sweet and pretty, hi-de-ho. The Mademoiselle was smiling too. All the boys would come running to Boise City, Idaho. Colgate, Colgate. That's the dental cream that you should try. It makes the teeth shine, but brighter and brighter. I can absolutely guarantee, without a shadow of a doubt, that it's the toothpaste you should try.
Well, I don't wonder, ladies and gentlemen, with all the competitive claims about different toothpaste and what they will offer for your teeth and your gums, that you might be confused about the kind of toothpaste you buy. But there's no reason to be confused if you have your mind clear about one thing. Do you want your teeth and gums cured, or do you want your teeth cleaned? If it's the first, ladies and gentlemen, frankly, Colgate advises you to see your dentist, because no toothpaste can cure any disease condition of the mouth or gums. It can only clean your teeth. And if that's what you want, then we earnestly recommend Colgate's Dental Cream, because every ingredient has been put there with one purpose in mind, to clean teeth. And Colgate will give you the better results than any other toothpaste, because it has a unique double action. It cleans and polishes your teeth at the same time, removing every last trace of food, drink, and tobacco stains from your teeth, leaving them clean and beautiful. Colgate is the most economical of all beauty aids. Only 20 cents for the large size tube, or 35 cents for the giant size, which holds more than twice as much. If you'd rather use powder, Colgate's dental powder gives you the same effective double action and sells at the same low price.
Great, Don. I'd rather hear you play than eat. Not that you don't sound pretty good when you eat.
Oh, thanks, Joe. Say, speaking of food, you must have done plenty of dieting to play on that football team.
Oh, I should say I did, Don. I put on so much weight playing for football that I had to open a restaurant so I could get thin again.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, you see, being a restaurant owner, I couldn't eat in my own restaurant. That's unheard of.
Oh,
and I didn't make money enough to eat anywhere else. Why, one day my head waiter, Filbert, came to me and said,
Mr. Cook.
Yes, Filbert?
I've decided to become a piccolo player.
Piccolo player?
I can't live on what you pay me because you don't pay me anything.
I know it, Filbert. Times are so hard, I'm studying the piccolo myself.
Oh, look, Mr. Cook. The strangest thing has happened. What? I think a customer is coming in.
No. Why, sure enough. Well, I'll go over and talk to her. She's probably made a mistake and thinks this is a garage.
Young man, I'd like to get a good mystery story.
This isn't the library, ma'am. As soon as I sweep away the cobwebs, you'll see it's a restaurant.
Fancy that. And you serve crabs?
Yes, ma'am. We serve anybody.
Woo! You serve frog's legs?
Oh, frog's legs. I'm sorry you brought that up, ma'am, because it takes me back to the days when one of my boyhood chums was a frog named Clarence.
Oh.
The first time Clarence saw me, he just croaked and jumped back into the lake. Later, he told me I'd been wearing a red tie, and red ties upset him very much. You see, he was a bullfrog. In fact, he was so upset, he decided to leave town and get a job as a train announcer. You know, train leaving on track. Like that, you see. Well, just as he was about to depart, a man came along and placed pieces of golden brown toast all over the ground. Now, if there was one thing Clarence liked to do, it was to sit down on a good piece of toast. So he sat on, especially whole wheat toast. So he sat on his toast, and quicker than you could say frog's legs on toast, they took him away to a restaurant, and that was the end of poor Clarence.
Oh.
Now, you wouldn't have the heart to ask me to serve you frog's legs, would you, lady?
Oh, how touching.
Now, what would you like to have?
Well, how about a nice steak?
Oh, I'd like to give you some steak, but the only steak I have is no calamari. And every time I go to cook him, an Irish potato that's very attached to him gets tears in her eyes.
Oh.
Well, maybe I'm just a sentimental boy.
Oh, how sweet. Well, perhaps you could suggest something.
Perhaps some Chinese chop suey?
Oh, heavens, no.
What's the matter?
My dearest friend was a Chinese missionary.
Oh.
I thought of him all the time you were talking about Clarence, because he...
Yeah, what?
He always sat on those two.
Oh.
I think I'll go home and cry.
All right, Filbert. What would you like, sir?
I'd like some roast beef. Don't stand there crying.
Oh.
Roast beef, you hear me? Haven't you ever heard of roast beef?
Shall I tell him, Mr. Cook?
No, Filbert, I'll tell him. Yes, I've heard of roast beef. Sometimes I wish I hadn't. When I was a boy, I used to take singing lessons from a cow named Ethel. And when I made my first appearance in the Metropolitan Opera, she was proud of me. Of course, in those days, they didn't allow cows in the dressing rooms, and poor little Ethel had to sit way up in the gallery. And after the opera, I couldn't find her anywhere. The next day, for the first time in the history of America, they began serving roast beef in restaurants. Now do you understand? If I serve you some roast beef, it might be Ethel.
Yes, it might be. Ethel. What?
Why, stranger, what are you crying about?
I'm thinking of my old algebra teacher.
What?
She was a cow named Clarence.
Oh.
She always sat on toes. Until one day some men trapped her, and quicker than you could say frogs' legs on toast, she became a hot roast beef sandwich on toast with a little gravy.
Go home, stranger. Get out of here. You're breaking my heart.
I'm going now, and I'll never eat anything again except crackers and milk. Oh, don't eat crackers and milk.
Well, why not, Filbert?
One of my oldest sons was a cracker named Oliver, and he lived in a bowl of milk. Well, one day...
Answer that phone, Filbert, will you please?
All right.
Stop your crying now.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm a piccolo player.
Man wants a piccolo player?
Well, wait. Sure. Mr. Cook, will you give me a word of recommendation?
Why, of course, Filbert. Hello. Certainly, the best piccolo player in America.
Yeah.
Played first piccolo with Sousa's band.
That's right.
Yes, sir. All right. Tomorrow at 10:30 sharp. What? $50 a week? Fine.
Gee, that was swell of you, Mr. Cook.
Well, goodbye, Filbert, my friend.
Goodbye, Mr. Cook. Well, where are you going?
That telephone call. I'm going to get my piccolo. I just got a job. Suppose you get into your bathing suit and sing Water Under the Bridge. It reminds me of that other old water song, Oh, What a Pal Was Mary.
Time passes by, motionless as in a dream. Once you and I watched our reflections, smile of a stream. We kissed and love flowed through my heart like the water under a bridge, sweetheart. But the rose is pale, the moon turns white, and the water froze beneath the bridge one night. If the old bridge knew just the way we felt, then the water that flows beneath the bridge would melt, and the tide would bring you back to me, and our love would flow as constantly as the water
Have you ever felt like raising the roof? Well, let's do it. Let's raise the roof of an apartment house and see what's going on in the top floor living room.
Well, sis, are you going to send it back?
Of course not. Why should I?
But then they say you have to send it back.
Children, my goodness, this sounds like the House of Representatives.
What's going on, anyway?
Well, Mother, I was listening to the Colgate program about a month ago, and they said to go out and get a tube of Colgate dental cream.
Well, if you bought everything they told you to buy on the radio, this place would look like the old curiosity shop.
John. Mother, they said to use Colgate twice a day, brushing your teeth about 2 minutes each time. Then, after the tube was empty, if you didn't think your teeth were brighter than any other toothpaste that ever made them, to send the empty tube back to the Colgate Company at Jersey City, New Jersey.
Well, then what?
Well, then Colgate would send you twice what you paid for it. I thought that was a pretty sporting offer, to promise you brighter teeth or promise you double your money back. Oh, yes, and the postage, too.
Certainly, but what's all this leading to?
Well, now look at my teeth. Now, honestly, don't you think they're better looking?
Well, they certainly look brighter than I've ever seen them.
Well, there you are. I took Colgate up on their offer, and I did get brighter teeth. And Smarty here got the offer all mixed up, and he's
Oh, don't pay any attention to him. He takes after his father. And, John, if you want to make yourself a little more useful, run out to the drugstore for another tube of Colgate. I'm going to try it.
And that goes for everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone. Just buy 1 tube of Colgate dental cream and use it all. Then, if your mirror doesn't convince you that it's made your teeth cleaner and brighter than any other toothpaste you ever used, we'll be glad to give you double your money back. That's our way of proving that Colgate dental cream will live up to every claim we made for it. So start using it tonight or tomorrow. You can't lose.
Well, now, if everybody will just sit down on each other's lap, we'll all have a look at the newspaper. I was all set to tell you which side won the World Series today, but I guess it's going to last all through the winter and into next spring. Detroit lost the 6th game of the series, and Schoolboy Rowe is just another young man who owes his downfall to a pack of cards. If Detroit is to win this series, they'll have to hit all those St. Louis players on the head instead of just Dizzy Dean. Of course, you all know that Dizzy was hit in the head with a baseball. The baseball was ruined. A doctor examined Dizzy, thought he was delirious, and ordered him to the hospital. What I want to know is, how can anybody tell when Dizzy is delirious? If there's anybody crazy in this series, it's the radio fans. They don't know whether it's a baseball game or a bedtime story. It's Ducky Wucky this and Goosey Goslin that, and Mickey flies out to Chicky, and Frankie drives one through Hanky, and then there's Daffy and Dazzy and the popsy-wopsy of them all, good old Dizzy. Incidentally, here's an inside tip. The team that wins tomorrow's game has a marvelous chance to win the series. Look at this now. Ex-President Hoover talked on the radio to Admiral Byrd and his men down in Little America. Those fellows down there feel that they have a lot in common with Mr. Hoover. They, too, know what it means to be left out in the cold. Out in Chicago, they've started a school for people who break traffic rules. If you get pinched for violating the rules of traffic, you can be sent to school for 4 nights and compelled to pass a test. Now, that may be a good idea, but I don't think you could ever teach a lady driver to hold out her hand in 4 lessons. Here's a strange one. A factory in North Carolina is making gold out of seawater. Well, there's nothing new about that. Our best bootleggers did it for years. Only they didn't call it seawater. In Mexico City, one of the best tricks of the week was performed. A chicken laid 2 eggs at a time and cackled twice as long as when it laid 1 egg. Well, that's all right in Mexico, but if a hen laid twice as many eggs as it ought to in this country, they'd take away its blue eagle. Here's a late flash, and it's the best news in weeks. Donald Novis is going to sing Wonderful One. Make it front page stuff, Don.
My wonderful one, whenever I'm dreaming, love's love light a-gleaming I see. My wonderful one, how my arms ache to hold dear, to cuddle and hold near to me. Just you, only you, in the shadowy twilight, in silvery moonlight, there's none like you. I adore you, my life I live for you, my wonderful, wonderful one. Calling, calling, dear, loved one, can you hear? Each throbbing part of my faithful heart, come to me, make all my sighs disappear. Sweetheart, you must know that I love you so. Always on sleeping, my heart in your keeping, and calling to you, soft and low. Just you, only you, in the shadow
In silvery moonlight, there's none like you. I adore you. My life I live for you. My wonderful,
That was Wonderful One, and Donald, you sang it better than you play football. Say, by the way, have you seen any football games lately?
Why, no, Joe. I stay home and listen to them on the radio.
Well, if that isn't a coincidence, because here I am all ready to give you some instructions on how to listen to football games on the radio.
Yes?
Now, the first thing you do is tune in on the game you want to hear. Then have your wife cook some hot dogs and rub a little of the mustard on the sleeve of your overcoat. You know, at football games, you always get mustard on the sleeve of your overcoat. Now, don't forget to turn off all the heat in the house and sit around in your bare feet. A football game is no good unless you get your feet cold. Then hire a neighbor to come in every time there's an exciting play and turn off the radio. This gives the same effect as when a touchdown is about to be made in a real game. Everybody stands up in front of you and you can't see anything. And finally, when your favorite team wins, make a bonfire out of the dining room table and get some of your friends to come in and help you tear up the bedstead. Uh-oh, there goes the whistle. The game is over, and it's time to say good night.
And thus ends another Colgate House Party. But there'll be another one at the same time next week. Joe Cook will be your host with Donald Novis, Francis Langford, Don Voorhees and his orchestra, and the Colgate Quartet. And in the meantime, remember, your smile is no brighter than your teeth. This is the National Broadcasting Company. The Colgate House Party, starring Joe Cook and featuring Donald Novis, Francis Langford, and Don Voorhees. We start the party off with Old G.O. Joy from Rosalie.
Oh, G.O. Joy, the birds are singing, because why? Because I am in love. Oh, G.O. Joy, the bells are ringing, because why? Because I am in love. And all the while I seem in a dream, I never was so happy. Don't complain, I'm insane, because I act so sassy. Oh, G.O. Joy, the birds are singing, because why? Because I am in love. Oh boy, oh boy, oh G.O. Joy.
Oh, G.O. Joy, the birds are singing, because I am in love.
Oh, G.O. Joy, the bells are ringing, because why? Because I am in love.
And all the while I seem in a dream, I never was so happy.
Don't complain, I'm insane, because I act so snappy.
Oh, G.O. Joy, the birds are singing, because why?
Because I am in love.
Oh, G.O. Joy, the birds are singing, because why?
Because I am in love.
And now may we present Joe Cook.
Thank you very kindly. Say, Don Voorhees, didn't I see you going through a revolving door in the Empire State Building this morning?
Oh, I don't think so, Joe.
Well, it must have been yesterday morning. You certainly look fine for a man going through a revolving door this time of year. You know the revolving door season is almost over.
Oh, but Joe, I haven't been near the Empire State Building in a month.
Well, then I guess it was the Chrysler Building.
No.
Anyway, you are the first man I ever saw go through a revolving door backwards instead of frontwards. Except my uncle, he goes everywhere backwards.
I didn't go through any door backwards.
Well, don't be so technical. Let's say you went through frontwards. Where were you going anyway, Don?
Now, once and for all, Joe, you didn't see me in any revolving door, frontwards or backwards. I hate revolving doors.
That's just what I thought when I saw you going through that revolving door in the Waldorf Astoria.
Joe, you're crazy. I've been in bed with the grip all week.
Well, that's better than being in a grip with a bed or in a suitcase with a sofa either. Now, be honest, Don. Do you insist you didn't go through that revolving door sideways in the Madison Square Garden last week?
I certainly do.
Well, that's funny, Don. I could have sworn it was you if I was a man who used that kind of language.
Well,
say, how would you look if you were in a revolving door?
Well, I'd look the same in a revolving door as any other way, I hope.
Well, maybe I was wrong. The fellow I saw going through that revolving door in the Ritz-Carlton was a little shorter. Are you a little shorter, Don?
A little shorter than what?
A little shorter than Don Voorhees.
Why, I am Don Voorhees.
Not Don Voorhees who has the orchestra on the Colgate program.
Of course.
Well, there you are. That proves you are shorter, just as I said.
Well, shorter than who?
Shorter than the fellow I saw in that revolving door at Radio City. By the way, Don, am I shorter than you?
I should say you are, especially when you sit down.
And am I a stocky guy with big feet and large ears?
Well, most of the time you are.
Do I weigh about 156 pounds in my stocking feet?
Oh, just about, Joe.
Well, by golly, I apologize, Don.
What for?
Do you know who that fellow was in the revolving door in Gimbel's basement?
No.
That was me. And now, at the request of Mr. J. Wentworth Ginsburg, Jr., Donald Novus will sing There's a Cottage by the Shannon.
There's a river back in Erin that is flowing through the sea, and it wanders by a little place that means the world to me. There's a cottage by the Shannon that has faded with the years. It was filled with children's laughter, bringing music to my ears. Now a little broken chimney sends her smoke across the foam. Just a greeting from the cottage, and it seems to call me home. Every night a little angel sprinkles stardust on the sand. Then the little Irish sandman took me off to slumberland. Though it's just a little cottage, how wonderful it seems. For that cottage by the Shannon is the palace of
Donald, the way you sang that, you certainly know your crescendos and diminuendos.
Oh, thanks, Joe.
Say, where did you learn all those musical expressions?
Oh, you mean diminuendos?
Yeah.
Well, I've been using that word diminuendos for years. Every Christmas, Jarvis asks me what to do with the holly wreaths, and I say, put them in innuendos.
That's good.
Pardon me, Joe, but what's that blueprint you've got under your arm?
Oh, that's my plan for a new automobile, Don.
What?
You know, this car not only has knees, it has hips, shoulder blades, and a double chin.
Oh, whoever saw an auto with a double chin.
Why, Donald, back in the boom days when people were living on the fat of the land, every car was full of double chins.
Yeah?
But the main thing about my auto is that it solves the parking problem. Francis, have you ever driven around and around trying to find a place to park?
Yes, and I'm still trying.
Neither did I also. I once drove through 17 cities before I found room to park my car. Boston, Providence, Springfield, Hartford, New Haven, Philadelphia, Baltimore, leaving on track 41110. All aboard. Say, where was I anyway?
You were driving through 17 cities trying to find a parking space, Joe.
Oh, yes. Well, one night the wife and I left our house in Evansville to go to the theater. But we couldn't find any place to park the car. So we decided to see a show in Indianapolis, but when we got there, it was just as bad. Once I found a place at the curb, but just as I was nearly in, a fellow rushed up with a sign that said, private residence, no parking. So we went to Decatur.
Decatur?
Or maybe it was Springfield, I forget. Oh. By that time, we didn't care where we went to the theater, as long as we found a place to park. Finally, my wife said,
What time is it, Joe?
And I said, it's Wednesday.
Oh, it can't be that late.
So I took out my thermometer, and would you believe it, Don? It was Friday. So I said, how long have we been looking around for a parking space? And she said,
Well, we started out in the spring, and now the snow is beginning to fall.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's longer than we usually take to go to the theater. But we might as well try a few more cities. Have we been in Minneapolis yet?
What show is playing in Minneapolis, Joe?
There isn't any show. But I found a parking space there in front of a drugstore about 3 years ago. I suppose somebody's taken it home by now, though.
Did you go to Minneapolis,
You mean Milwaukee down there?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we drove through Milwaukee and a half a dozen other cities without finding room to park the car. And the first thing I knew, we were in Denver, New Mexico.
Oh, Joe, Denver isn't in New Mexico.
Well, by the time we got through looking for a place to park in Denver, we were in New Mexico. In fact, we were in California, or Minneapolis.
What did you do, Joe?
What did I do? Well, Francis, finally we took the car to pieces, tied up each piece separately with blue ribbons, and parked each piece in a different place. Then we went to see the show. When we came out, we got all the pieces and put them together again.
Did you get back home all right, Joe?
No, Don, we must have gotten the wrong pieces, because when we got them all together again, we had a sewing machine.
Can you imagine?
Well, I finally got so disgusted that then and there, I decided to invent this car and solve the parking problem.
Well, but Joe, how does your automobile solve the parking problem?
Well, it isn't really an automobile. What? It's an accordion on wheels. You blow it up when you're riding around, and you let the air out and fold it up when you want to park it. Isn't that wonderful, Don?
Wonderful? That's stupendous.
Yeah, I think so either. Well, all I've got to do now is to find some city where there's room enough at the curb to park an accordion.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have tried on these programs to help you improve your looks by suggesting that you give more attention to your teeth, to the means of getting them cleaner and brighter. So many people use Colgate dental cream that it's natural we've stressed the cream as the most effective way of doing it. Last week after the broadcast, a woman said to us,
Why don't you say more about Colgate's dental powder at your house parties? A lot of people prefer powder to paste. I know I do. I've been using Colgate's powder for more than 20 years now, because of its great economy and because of its wonderful cleansing ability. So why don't you give powder users a break?
We felt that suggestion was a helpful one. A great many people do prefer Colgate's powder. It's easy to understand why when you realize that its results are by no means untried or unproven. Because the first container of Colgate's dental powder was sold in 1877. Think of it. For 57 years, Colgate's dental powder has been giving thorough, safe, effective service. Like Colgate's dental cream, it has the two cleansing actions a dentifrice must have in order to remove all the food, drink, and tobacco stains from your teeth. A penetrating foam that washes away most of the stains, and a gentle polishing action which removes all the rest of the stains, and in addition, polishes your teeth to a brilliant, sparkling luster. When you realize that you can buy a large container of Colgate's dental powder for only 20 cents, or the giant size, which holds more than twice as much for only 35 cents, then you can understand why we say Colgate is the least expensive beauty treatment in the world. Remember, it isn't how often you brush your teeth, it's what you brush them with that counts. If you prefer a powder, use Colgate's dental powder. If you prefer a toothpaste, use Colgate's dental cream. Either will ensure you the cleaner, brighter teeth, so necessary for a brighter personality smile.
Voorhees and his orchestra playing I'm Going South. And you can easily see those boys don't have to go south to get hot. Hey, Don.
Yes, Joe.
You know, when you were playing that, it reminded me of the ballet we had in my last show, Hold Your Horses. And the start of this ballet was the most gorgeous sight you've ever seen. We carried 50 spot lamps just for this one effect alone, and each lamp had a revolving color scheme and an entirely different shade of color in each lamp. And at the start of the ballet, the whole 50 lamps, all at the same time, they were all out. None of them were lit. You've never seen a sight like that in all your life. Don, would you like to hear the story of the ballet?
Oh, tell it to me some other time, Joe.
Oh, you mustn't be so impatient, Don. Well, sir, the story of the ballet, this is taken from life and really happened. Once upon a time, there lived a great king. And this king had a son and a daughter, Prince Charming and Princess Charming, whom he called unto himself as was his wont. You see, that's the old English he was there, as was his wont. You see, this is an old-time story. It's supposed to have happened way back in the medieval ages. 4 or 5 years ago this took place. And the king says, "My dear children, tell us me, who dost thou lovest best on this earth? Or what?" And the son says, "Why, I lovest thouest, father." And the king says, "Attaboy, hot diggity." And he turns to the daughter and he says, "Daughter, who dost thou lovest best on this earth, or vice versa?" And what do you suppose the daughter says? What do you suppose the daughter told her old father? Why, she says, "Father, I love cinnamon the best." Isn't that disgusting? Cinnamon, the stuff you put on top of Tom and Jerry's. The king was aghast. He says, "What? You love cinnamon the best? Then get thee from the castle." Scram! He put her right out of the house. Now, there was a family living on the floor above the king that was looking for a girl to help with the housework. So she sees the ad in the paper and takes the job. Very nice position, no washing to do and no children to take care of, with the exception of one grown son, Milt, whom she married. Now, Mrs. Heck, that's the woman she worked for, she called up the king's castle. She got the right number right away. Of course, this is a fairy story, you see. And the king was just getting ready to go out, just putting on his overalls. He was on a night shift that week with the king. And he said, "Hello, who's this, Mrs. Heck?" "This is the king." "Yeah, what, you want to invite me around the house for a wedding feast?" "All right, the first thing in the morning." Goodbye, and hung up. Now, in the morning, the king hopped on his bicycle and rode around to Mrs. Heck's house with both hands off the handlebars. Now, just close your eyes and picture this scene of grandeur. The king in his royal robes, over his nightshirt, of course, and the family all seated around the kitchen table, the additional guests hanging from the chandeliers. And the king's daughter, unbeknownst to the king, hiding behind a huge bouquet of lilacs that's standing on the table. The king takes a bread knife and starts to cut open the gigantic wedding cake that his daughter had fried that morning for the feast. And what do you suppose happened? What do you suppose happened when the king cut open the cake? You couldn't guess if I gave you from now till doomsday. I'll give you a minute and see if you can guess it. Yeah, do you give up? Now, don't say afterward. Don't say, "Oh, well, that's what we were going to say anyhow." Or don't say, in case we do guess it right, he'll change it around and say something else, because that's not the way we do business. We've been on this corner for 40 years. We've built our establishment. Don't you go around, so you ought to be ashamed of you. Well, you really give up? Well, I'll tell you. Now, get a good grip on yourself. The whole cake was made of cinnamon. The inside was cinnamon, the outside was cinnamon, for frosting, even in between the layers, where everybody knows you're supposed to put bananas, you have cinnamon. As they say in dear old Harvard, it was one hunk of cinnamon. The king says, "What's the idea of handing me a cake made entirely out of cinnamon?" And the daughter pushes over the lilacs, stood up and says, "Father, you may have put me out of the house, but I am still fond of cinnamon." And now, Francis, while the king throws all that cinnamon cake down the incinerator, suppose you sing "Have a Little Dream on Me," huh? What say you?
Open the pages of Vanity Fair. What do they advertise? A room with a view on page 32. Couldn't you care for that big solitaire? Doesn't it match your eyes? A present from me on page 23. How'd you like a mansion in Manhattan and a cozy cottage by the sea? How'd you like to dress in silk and satin too? Baby, have a little dream on me. How'd you like to mingle with a smart set and invite the Vanderbilts to tea? Everything on which you got your heart set. Baby, have a little dream on me. Paris in the spring, Miami in the fall, interviews and pictures in the press. On a way to speak on $20 a week, but don't forget that Rockefeller started out on less. Everything we touch will turn to clover in the magic land of what to be. But until your baby puts it over you, baby, have a little dream on me.
No matter what any manufacturer has to say about a dentifrice, when it comes right down to it, the person who uses it has the final say. That's why we want those of you who aren't regular Colgate users to try Colgate's dental powder. And we guarantee that trial with the most amazing offer ever made by a manufacturer of dentifrices. We invite you to buy just one container of Colgate's dental powder and use all of it. brushing your teeth at least twice a day for about 2 minutes each time. Then, let your mirror prove its effectiveness. If you aren't honestly convinced that Colgate has made your teeth whiter and your smile brighter than any other dentifrice has ever made them, just send the empty container to Colgate, Jersey City, New Jersey, and we'll send you twice what you paid for the powder plus the postage. The same guarantee applies to Colgate's dental cream. You will find that every claim we make for Colgate is true, or you'll get double your money back. And you are the judge. Could anything be fairer than that?
And now let's all have a look at the newspaper. Well, think of this. Dr. Henry McCracken completed his 20th year as president of Vassar, the famous women's college, and President Roosevelt sent him congratulations. Anybody who can lecture a lot of women and keep getting away with it for 20 years deserves congratulations. Well, sir, here's the most surprising news in years. Bill Clem, the famous old baseball umpire, was fined for talking back to a player. And boy, that's news. Bill used harsh words to Goose Goslin in a hotel lobby, and when Judge Landis heard about it, he fined Bill $50. The judge says if he lets umpires use that kind of language in hotel lobbies, people will think baseball is no more refined than golf. Looky here, these college boys are always up to something. Last week, the students at Yale had a straw vote to determine how they would have voted in 1932, and the men of Eli selected Herbert Hoover for president. When the boys at Princeton heard about this, they went right ahead and picked the rest of the tickets. For Mr. Hoover's running mate, they elected Benjamin Franklin. And for Secretary of War, their choice was that grand old Indian fighter, Daniel Boone. Boy, this is hot. The nudists are having a convention in Akron, Ohio, and they've taken out insurance so nobody can say they aren't properly covered. The world champion optimist was arrested the first day of the convention. He was a pickpocket. Well, sir, here's something for you music lovers. The Metropolitan Opera House, the home of Grand Opera in New York City, is taking out the old seats and putting in more comfortable ones. This will make it much easier to hear the opera because nobody can sleep in an uncomfortable position without snoring. Incidentally, they say the new seats won't squeak. Now, if they'll just give us opera singers that won't squeak, it'll be a grand year for Grand Opera. Look at this now. It says here the government is hiring 25,000 workers to take a farm census, and all the jobs are being given to Democrats by Big Jim Farley. Jim says the jobs are not being given out to the Democrats because of their good and faithful service, but he's darned if he can find a Republican who can read or write. And now here's a last-minute extra 17-star final. Donald Novus just found a dime in his last year's suit, and he's going to sing Be Still, My Heart.
Hear the songs, the wind and the rain. What a night, what a mournful refrain. Something tells me that my love no longer cares. Listen, can't you hear those footsteps on the stairs? Be still, my heart. I can tell who's knocking at my door. Love has come to say that we must part. Be still, my heart. Just read those eyes, trembling lips that don't know where to start. Even though you know they're telling lies, be still, my heart. He hears the rumbling of a drum. It bids her come and she must go. She's leaving me and leaving you for someone new. And though we miss her so, we'll never let her know. Don't cry, my
let me dream it.
I hope I didn't put you to sleep, Joe.
No, but I'm getting awfully drowsy.
Oh, you getting tired, Joe?
Well, you know how it is, Don.
No, Joe, how is it?
It's a little pale around the ears.
What is, Joe?
You and your mini-nipplet. You tell me.
Oh, I didn't say mini-nipplet. I don't know what you're talking about. You mean it's time to go home?
Yeah, I knew you'd understand.
Oh, of course we understand. Good night, Joe.
Good night, everybody. It just breaks my heart to see you go.
Why, who said we were going, Joe? We're staying a long time yet. We like it here.
Well, what do you mean you're staying? Didn't you all just say good night to me now?
Certainly, Joe. Good night. We'll help you get your hat.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm not going anyplace. I belong right here.
Well, but Joe, it's time to go. You just said so yourself.
No,
Now, come on. Here's your hat. Put it on.
But, Don, I tell you, I'm not going anyplace. This is my home. Don't you understand?
Of course, Joe, of course. We all understand.
Oh, fine.
Come on now. Here's your coat.
Don't forget his earmuffs. It's chilly out.
I'm not going.
Come along, Joe. We'll see you to the door.
Hey, what do you... Hey, Don, Francis, Donald, now listen to me, will you? I want to stay right here. This is where I live.
But, Joe, dear, you said it was time to go.
I didn't mean
Come
that.
on now. Here we are at the door.
Hey,
Be a good boy. Stop
Hey,
struggling.
now, wait. Hey, stop it. Let go of me. I want to stay here.
Now, Donald, you just take his arm.
Hey, let go
All
of
right,
his arm.
I'll take his leg.
Hey, get your hand. Hey, look out there.
One.
Help.
Two. Three. Good night, Joe.
Good night.
And thus ends the Colgate House Party. But there'll be another one at the same time next week. Joe Cook will be your host with Donald Novus, Francis Langford, Don Voorhees and his orchestra, and the Colgate Quartet. And in the meantime, remember, your smile is no brighter than your teeth. Your announcer is This is the Nasting Company.
In a valley in old Nevada where the roses are in bloom, there lies my old pal Blackie in a lone and silent tomb. He was a good cowpuncher, but he never done no wrong, till he fell in love with a gambler's girl, and now he's dead and gone. It was early in the summer, the birds were singing gay. My old pal Blackie took my hand and said, I'm going away. I'm going back to Texas and I'm taking Jane with me. When I get back to my Texas home, I'll be happy there, you see. I took my old pal to the train, it sure made me feel blue. See old Blackie going away with a girl he hardly knew. The gambler of the town was there looking for his gal. He took dead aim across his arm, without warning shot my pal. I ran and kneeled down by his side, I heard his dying breath. Blackie only smiled at me and closed his eyes in death. One day I met this gambler standing in the barroom door. I paid my old pal Blackie's debt with my trusty 44. 6 slugs of lead I gave him because he killed my pal. His gambling days are over now at the XXX Hotel. When my funeral bells they ring, I will go away and join my old pal Blackie on a better ranch someday. And now the shadows are falling out on the great divide, with mesquite and sage all around me. Down Relive. At night while the doggies are sleeping and the pale moon is shining above, I pillow my head in my saddle and dream of the girl that I love. It's been many years since we parted, the memory lingers yet. I still see her blue eyes smiling, and I know I can never forget. If I could but hold her again in my arms, see her sweet smiling face, I'd never worry, I'd never be blue, I'd be happy any old place. Never again will I see her or hold her close to my breast. So I'll ride on at the break of dawn, heading into the west. O'er the purple sage I will wander, down through the thick chaparral, through valleys and canyons forever I'll ride, till I come to the end of the trail.